The Dune Part 3 trailer just dropped and I have some thoughts. And honestly, I was not expecting to be this hyped. And the first thing I noticed was how much more influence Paul Atreides has on Arrakis now. Like in the first movie, he had maybe a few hundred followers. And even in the second movie, he maybe gained a few thousand. But in this trailer, we see him with 100 times that easily. Like, I don't even know what that number is, but whatever it is, it's enough to conquer a whole entire planet. And it looks like this movie is gonna get serious very fast. Like, this isn't a rebellion anymore. This is a full movement, and I'm all here for it. And then we get a real look at Paul himself, and this dude is more unhinged than ever. Like, he's not that young kid trying to figure out the world anymore. He's a fully unhinged emperor who can literally see the future, and it looks like he's on a full-on path of conquest. I don't know what he's gonna go try to conquer, but he's going after somebody. And they mention he's starting a war. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm genuinely excited to see how they play that off, because the first two movies did such a good job of making you root for him, even when he was clearly going a bit too far. Like in part one, this was a kid who didn't even want the responsibility. He was reluctant and unsure and just trying to survive after losing everything. Then in part two, he starts leaning into the prophecy, but you can still see him wrestling with it, like he knows what embracing it fully means. And now in part three, that internal debate is completely gone, and now there's no going back. And something that keeps hitting me while watching this trailer is just how insane Paul's transformation actually is. Like, this dude started out as a refugee, his whole house got wiped out, and he had nothing. He was just running for his life in a desert, and now he's the most powerful person on the entire planet. And the Atreides went from basically extinct to untouchable in 2 movies, and watching that play out in a 3-minute trailer just was awesome. And then to match his energy of being unhinged, we got our first look at Robert Pattinson, and I'm gonna be honest, I had absolutely no idea he was even in this movie, but he looks insane. And from the first frame we see of him, this dude looks like a straight up psycho, like a grown-up version of Sid from Toy Story, but blonde. And his performance might honestly be what I'm most hyped about going into this thing, because if anyone can go toe-to-toe with the unhinged Paul Atreides, it's Robert Pattinson. And wait, Duncan is back? Like, he was my favorite character from the other movies, and he's just back? Like, I genuinely don't know if he's a clone or if he got revived somehow, because he literally died in the first movie. And for anyone who doesn't actually know, Duncan Idaho was Paul's closest protector, and honestly probably one of the most loyal characters in the entire story. So losing him in that first movie genuinely hurt a lot of people, because he wasn't just muscle, or he wasn't just a trainer. He actually cared about Paul as a person and not just as an heir. And now with Paul fully going down this unhinged emperor path, Duncan coming back feels like he might be the only person who could actually bring Paul back and ground him. But however they bring him back, I need to see how they play it off, because Duncan was easily like my favorite character in the first movie, and I just love that he's back. And we also got to look at Zendaya's character Shani, and she's pregnant with Paul's heir, or like their kid in this movie. And I feel like this changes the whole dynamic completely, because now she's not just Shani, or she's not just with Paul, she's a literal target. Like, whoever is coming for Paul now has a very obvious and easier way to get to him, and I think that's gonna add a whole nother dynamic to this movie that the first two didn't have. But yeah, I am very excited for this movie, and I'm not gonna lie, I'll probably watch it on release day even before I go watch Avengers Doomsday. And I genuinely think this movie has a shot at being movie of the year this year. Like, the trailer alone already has me hooked. And if you're as hyped for this as I am, drop a comment below. I want to know what moment got you hyped the most. And if you're new here, stick around. We talk about stuff like this all the time, and as always, stay curious and keep the conversation going.